Welcome! On this channel, I read to you the actual words from an 1800s newspaper. If I just read them as you looked at the words, that would be boring. So, I enhance the real newspaper stories with video clips and photos. Some of the time, they will be the actual person or place mentioned in the article. However, sometimes it will not be the person, place, object, or even the same time period as the words in the newspaper. Yet, the words that I'm speaking are the real word-for-word news. If you enjoy what you're seeing and hearing, you can subscribe to my channel, Life in the 1800s newspaper. Subscribing is easy. Just click on these two serious people. After you subscribe, you may choose to pick the Notifications tab. If you do, you will be notified when a new video is posted. It's just like getting the newspaper hot off the presses. Today's issue is the Morning Oregonian from Portland, Oregon, dated February 22nd, 1879. A woman's cheek and a man's chin. Olive Logan writes that she said to General Grant while he was recently in England, "Are you going to be the next President of the United States, General?" "No, I am not," he replied. Then after a pause he added, "But I'm going to be their most independent citizen." Miscellaneous items. A London paper remarks that above 160 millions a year are paid for drink and tobacco by workmen in England. It is the wives of those workmen who ought to be on strike. Why did General Washington cross the Delaware on the ice and through the storm of an awful night? Asked a teacher of a young class in history. "I reckon," piped a small voice in answer, "it was because he wanted to get on the other side." The teacher gave her class a 15 minutes recreation. Danbury News. By boring a hole through a silver dollar and tying it to a tag, a Connecticut man sent it through the mail for a cent, whereas if he had put it in an envelope, it would have cost him 3 cents. No one but a New Englander would have thought of such a device, and it is this prompt grappling with the situation that gives New England its mighty influence upon the world. Johnson's new Universal Cyclopedia, the greatest work of the age of its kind, high in character, low in price. Markets. A.H. Johnson, dealer in all kinds of fresh meats. Chris Schloth, Washington Street near 3rd, is prepared to supply fresh beef, pork, mutton, veal, etc. Free delivery to any part of the city. New today. A French dressmaker wishes to go out by the day. Address, number 2 Park Row, Washington Street. Attention Emmett Guard. You will assemble at your armory this day at 12:30 sharp in full uniform for inspection and parade, by order of Captain Owen Cox. A young German with good reference wants a situation as teacher in a German family in the country, will also make himself useful about the house. Address letters to BC Oregonian office. Choice rooms. Gentlemen desiring handsomely furnished rooms with stoves to heat them and modern conveniences, can be accommodated by calling at 73 7th Street between Oak and Stark. An ice fall. The job of repairing the OS&N company's telegraph line through the Cascade Mountains has been no easy task. On Thursday, some men were engaged in putting up the wire across the Columbia at the Cascades. One of the men was climbing the tall staff and had ascended to the height of about 40 feet, when a large tag of ice, which had formed near the top of the staff, became detached and fell, striking the man on the back and severely injuring him. Had the ice struck his head, he would, in all probability, have been knocked to the ground and killed almost instantly. The whole work of the repairs was done under the most disadvantageous conditions of weather, and much credit is due the men for the energy displayed in getting it up again. In some places, the wire was buried beneath 7 feet of frozen snow and sleet and had to be dug out with picks for some distance. The line is now working through to Walla Walla. Nuptials. A correspondent writing from Roseburg under date of the 20th says, "The social event of the season in Roseburg was the marriage of Sergeant John Dascombe, who has charge of the signal office at this place, to Miss Lydia Stevenson on the evening of the 9th. Notes from Seattle. Our occasional correspondent at Seattle sends us the following notes under the date of February 20th. Yesterday, a tall, well-dressed young woman, about 25 years of age, staggered along the streets in a beastly state of intoxication. She fell twice and had to be helped home. Officer Thorndike has exhibited his zeal and courage in behalf of the city's welfare by promptly breaking up a den of vile and obscene exhibitions lately started in the lava beds. The tall flagstaff in the public square, after 10 years of service, fell this afternoon with a sudden crash, summoning a rush of citizens to see who was hurt. Fortunately, it fell diagonally, not reaching any house, but what was remarkable, fell between two large wagons, touching both, but injuring neither of them, except to knock the tire off one hind wheel. A lucky escape.